one rocket after another endlessly without having to worry about its expensive interceptors running out. Sounds ideal, right? Well, it may become reality soon because Israel is reportedly rolling out a new defense system. The stuff of sci-fi movies. Israel calls it its defensive trump card. It's the Iron Beam anti-missile laser system. Our next report tells you what's the Iron Beam and how it can be used.
Look at this video from last year. That's US President Joe Biden getting ready for a photo shoot. It's at the Ben Gurion Airport in Tel Aviv. What's all the fuss for? Look at what's above his head. The giant camera lens-like thing. That's the reason for all this excitement. Because it's Israel's ace in the hole. The Iron Beam laser The Iron Beam is a technological marvel. The fruit of years of research in high-intensity lasers. It was first unveiled at a Singapore air show in 2014. And after 7 years, it seems to be ready for battlefield action. The system was made for one thing, taking down aerial threats before they hit Israel. First, let's look at its stats. The Iron Beam reportedly has a range of between 7 to 10 kilometers. Israel has said it can focus the beam to the diameter of a coin within that distance. The Iron Beam fires lasers that can reach energy levels of about 100 kilowatts. For context, that's about 24 grams of TNT exploding every second. Or almost 1.5 kgs of dynamite every minute. That's the amount of energy coming out of the Iron Beam. All this will be directed at incoming missiles, drones, rockets, and any other aerial threat. Here's a video released by Israel's Defense Forces last year, showing a successful test of the Iron Beam. How it works is simple. The laser will be fired at key spots on the incoming projectiles. In missiles, this means the fins, rudder, or the warhead. Damaging the fins and rudder will destabilize the missile's flight path, make it change course. Firing at the warhead could overheat and cripple the detonator, rendering the missile useless. It's similar when engaging with drones. Either ruin the wings or propellers, or fry the camera, leaving the drone operator blind. But this method has a drawback when it comes to kamikaze drones and rockets especially. These are simple weapons used for destruction. Wherever they land, they will explode. So changing their path may protect critical targets, but some damage will still be done. Which is why Israel isn't going to replace all its systems with the Iron Beam. The laser is meant to augment, not replace Israel's existing missile defense systems. It will try and mop up the projectiles that slip through the Iron Dome. Like a short-range laser defense support system. That could be the initial plan anyway, but the Iron Beam and other lasers will get stronger over time. They could eventually replace other costlier systems. While building the Iron Beam certainly isn't cheap, using it is relatively cost-effective. Israel says it will cost about $2,000 to destroy an incoming threat using the Iron Beam. Compare that to $50,000 per Iron Dome interceptor missile. You can see why Israel will want to improve the laser tech as time goes by. But even today, the Iron Beam's deployment will mark a milestone, signaling the beginning of the age of laser warfare.
So that was a report relating to the laser dome, and the laser. Let me get it. Let's see. Yeah, the iron beam laser that Israel has. It's a free post. First post report. Iron beam laser that Israel has. It pretty much is telling the strengths and weaknesses. Weaknesses has drawbacks. Pretty much, it cannot. Some things can still penetrate through and do damage, such as kamikaze and just smaller drones and stuff like that. And but for the most part, it could do a lot of things that's positive about it. They were stating, but there's still more improvement that needs to be done as far as the reports they were saying. Let's get some scripture. What I say? Isaiah 56 and 14, and 54 and 16. Behold, I have created the smith to blow up the coals in the fire, and bringeth forth an instrument that bringeth forth is forging it, shaping it, molding it, so they become a weapon, a weapon to ultimately a waster to destroy. Man. I'm gonna get it from a GNT. I created the blacksmith who builds fire and forges weapons. I also created the soldier who uses the weapons to KIL. So these things were created first as a form of weaponry. Then they'll have people human-wise to use these weapons to implement and to use it, man, effectively for its specific purpose, man. That's 54 and 16.
Can I go to Brittany's?
Okay, well, we can change it. Just let me know the address. Text me the address.
I mean, I'll go to the house, grab my stuff, and go over there. I don't know where to go.
So this was just something short. I make it long, just showing that report basically. Oh yeah, let me get something else. Proverbs. Is that 24? And I think it's 24 and 2. 24 and 2. Let me make sure. Number 2 is the point. For their heart study of destruction, and their lips talk of mischief. Their heart study of destruction. So they study how ways to do certain things where it can cause a severe damage or even destruction, man. And part of that is what? Their weaponry, man. Creating these weapons of mass destruction, man. That's part of that studying, man. And they make as scripture says, they make a diligent search, man, a comprehensive, diligent search relating to their endeavors, their desires to do certain things, man. I'm going to get it from a GNT, see what it says. Here we go. Causing trouble is all they ever think about. And that goes to studying destruction, man. They go to Proverbs 4 and 4, man, talking about they don't sleep or rest until they have caused harm or injury, man. It's paraphrasing. You know what I mean? So they have ultimately interior motive, man. Causing trouble is all they ever think about. Every time they open their mouth, someone is going to get hurt. So the point is, causing trouble is all they ever think about, man. Sometimes the other variations relating to, you know, the other forms are, you know, they on point. Sometimes they're not, you know, relating to, you know, other versions of the Bible. But causing trouble is all they ever think about. So they have a one-track mind to ultimately do certain things, desire to do certain things. You know what I mean? What's that scripture? Nine and 5. For every battle of the warriors with confused noise. This is ancient times how they fought, hand to hand, with swords and different things. And the garments rolled in blood, because they used these things when they fought. There'd be blood, man, on their garments, on their body, man. But this shall be with burning fuel or fire. And that relates to the missiles, man. Number 5, the boots of invading armies, which are the warriors, soldiers. All of their bloodstained clothing will be destroyed by fire, man. So these armies, symbolically, you're going to have war. You're going to have casualty, mass casualty in war. You know, so it's going to be bloodshed and war. War is violence, man. You know, so it's always casualty. This is, like I said, the boots of invading armies. That's the soldiers. These men that preparing for war. And all their blood-stained clothes from the confused noise of battle in ancient way. And also, futurely, relating to being in war, man. Will be destroyed by fire, which is the burning fuel of fire. Ultimately, that's the missiles, man. Revelations 9 and 12, Revelations 11 and 14. The first and second woe. The first woe has come in the first and second woe thereafter. The second woe has passed, and the third woe cometh quickly, man. That's Revelations 9 and 12, Revelations 11 and 14. That relates to missiles. Woe is warning for destruction. So this was just something quick. I don't want to make this too long. I'm just giving out that report relating to a laser dome beam, which Israel. You know what I mean? So relating to there's a report that relating to when Biden's over there last year. They were showing it off pretty much. You know what I mean? It has look like a little lens, a canister with a lens on it. You know what I mean? Pretty much it could go scan different things, man. It really can hit targets from, let's talk about hit targets for the most part, but it has drawbacks as, it has weak points, man. And that's why they're still perfecting it, man. That being said, I hope this helps. This is Zayah Wolf. All praise Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shem Makakadash. I hope it helps. Shalom.